Hello guys, welcome to my video. First of all, I want to throw a disclaimer. What I'm about to say may not is not necessarily what I believe. I don't necessarily believe it, nor is it necessarily something I'm saying is true. It may be true, it may not be true, but you don't have to believe it. I'm not stating it as fact. It's just a theory that I'm gonna just mention. It has to do with the resurrection of Jesus and parallel universes. It's just a theory. It need not be fact. Okay, nor it need not be anything I believe either. But basically, like, have you ever had a deja vu before? Like, when you have it, you feel like you've been somewhere when you haven't been there before. You feel like you're revisiting some place. In all of a sudden, it's a weird experience. I've had them before. They happen to a lot of people, but some people say it's a time slip into a parallel universe, and that's how that happens. And another interesting thing before I come up with my theory is that uh, once my niece, her friend said that my niece came to her house in the middle of the night, at like 3 a.m. or something, and then and asked if her friend wanted to play with her, and her mom and her friend were surprised, like, well, this is not the time to play. What are you doing here? And they were so confused. And then when they asked my niece and her mom about this, and my niece and was my mom niece's mom said my niece was sleeping in the room the whole time, and the whole house was locked, and there's no way she could have gotten out. She was asleep and the door of the house was locked. There's no way she could have come. So then how did they see my niece visit her door? Could it be a doppelganger? Could it be a ghost? Or could it be parallel universes? Obviously the mom wouldn't lie. It would make no sense to them to make up this story. So things like this, you hear stories of ghosts and even Bigfoot and Loch Ness monster and UFOs and UFOs and flying saucers, and of course a lot of them we can't prove, but like you hear stories like this. Some people say it might be time slips, like the Bermuda Triangle, like people disappear there. They say like it could be just natural things, or maybe there is some parallel universes that are interfering with ours. Like when you get radio interference, maybe there's parallel universe interference too, or time slips or something. So based on this theory, what if, like, as the Christians believe that Jesus rose from the dead, and as the Muslims believe Jesus ascended into heaven, and all that stuff, and they debate each other, was he really crucified? Well, what about this? What if in one universe Jesus did die by crucifixion or whatever, and then in another universe he didn't die, and then the two universes just kept interfering with each other, which made people see him die and then live and then ascend into heaven, as they say? What if that's what happened? What if some universal interference was happening? Because remember, the disciples said they did not recognize Jesus at first. Like, there's so many appearances mentioned even in the Bible that they did not recognize him first. Like Mary Magdalene mistook him for a gardener, and how did they not recognize him? It's weird, like seeing some being, like some person you know that died, and then you see him alive, and you don't recognize him. It's, who was this guy? Like, and he did the same thing. Was it a ghost? Was it an apparition? Or was it some time slip? Like even these things, even people think Elvis is alive, like, and stuff. Like, it's weird. Like, it's like just like that experience my niece had. Like, what if it's just like that? What if there's some ghost, or what if some parallel universe are involved? It's just a theory. It may not be true, but it's something we could maybe speculate on, and maybe it could make us think further. Thanks. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.